Welcome back to Elevation Perspective. My name is Mark, joined tonight with Frank and Dan. We're talking Mets. It was as bad of a week as it possibly could be. 0-6 on the road trip with the Dodgers and Cubs. 11 losses in a row now. They fall to 7-15 overall. Tough to take any positives away right now. Frank, you got the fun started last week after a really bad week,
Give it to
so
Dan. Just give it
we're
to
gonna
Dan.
give it to Dan this week. Give me something, Dan. Give me something to be happy about.
Something to be happy about. That's okay. I'll say the 24 Mets were further into the year. They did all right. Perspective. This has been atrocious, but if you're gonna have your atrocious play a ball in there somewhere, just knock it out right out of the gate. I think last I checked, they're 6 games out of a playoff spot with 140 to go. Sounds a lot more doable when you look at it that way. But no, this week was probably everything that could go wrong did go wrong. When they hit, they didn't pitch. And that wasn't often. They usually didn't hit. They would hit three balls hard a game, all directly at somebody. It was just a comedy of errors for a week straight.
And we knew it was going to be a tough week. Obviously, it's the Dodgers and the Cubs,
Mhm.
too. The World Series champions and another playoff team there. They were facing Ohtani Yamamoto. It was the perfect storm for this to happen. You wanted to see them go 2-4, 1-5 at worst. They went 0-6. And then just to touch a little bit more on that, what you were saying, 7-15, like those stretches do happen throughout the season, even for good teams. It's obviously magnified at the start of the year. I think my only question here is, are we a good team? Of course, no one knows what this Mets
Mhm.
team is. It's a brand new group of players thrown together. It's David Stern's vision, whatever you want to call it. Good playoff teams have these stretches. They have, the dog days of August. The team went 7-15, whatever it might be for the month. But I don't know if this is a good team. That's kind of where I'm at right now, where I'm like, yeah, a good team can overcome this. Are the Mets good?
I'll give it back to you the same way that coming out of the gate, it's hard to tell because you have nothing else to base that off of. This is all we've seen from them so far. But again, in the spirit of staying positive, you know at the end of the year, Bo Bichette won't be hitting 220 with a 530 OPS. Juan Soto should be back in the lineup for the next home game. The pitching, obviously, there needs to be some figuring out, but when Peralta pitches, you're probably going to win a good amount. When McLean pitches, you're probably going to win a good amount. Like this team is not worst team in baseball bad.
No,
There's
they're
too
not.
much talent on the roster. They hell, even with this atrocious start, I still think they'll be in the playoffs. Maybe I don't believe in the division anymore, especially with how good the Braves are going, but again, six back with 140 to play. I've seen crazier things. I think also when guys switch teams, especially switching leagues, you do see that like adjustment period. And we have so many guys going through that all at the same time. Obviously, Polanco somehow injured every limb. Bichette has not been good. Even when he hits the ball, again, it's at people. Like he can't catch a break. It's just they're not playing good baseball. And then when they do things right, they just break wrong anyway.
All right, Frank, I'm gonna let you off your leash. Let's hear it.
When Derrick Rose was traded to the New York Knicks, he was famously quoted by saying, "Everyone's saying it's us and the Warriors." The Warriors would later go on to win a championship, and the New York Knicks would not even come close to scratching like the playoffs. There was no playing tournament back then. Who knows? But that was his first stint. He was a lot better the second time around. But this is not a Knicks podcast. This is a Mets podcast. So what I'm trying to say is I'm starting to feel those vibes right now because we were all saying it's us and the Phillies and the Dodgers. And the Phillies should maybe feel bad too. But that's besides the point. We can't make
They're
fun
a
of
game
them
in front
right
of the
now.
Mets. The
They're
Phillies are right there
they're
with us.
atrocious too, which is I guess misery loves company. Um, but yeah, it's really starting to feel like we just completely overestimated what this team is. But I will say, it wasn't just us. It wasn't just Mets fans. It was everyone because Vegas had us winning 90 games. I don't see a route to us getting 90 games this season. Like, I truthfully think that this is like a 500 team right now. Actually, I don't even think it's a 500 team right now, but for the purposes of not going too extreme or too far to the other end and not having like a rash reaction, I'll just call us a 500 team right now. To go 500 the rest of the way, we'd have to play 8 games over. We'd have to play 8 games over. We don't know when Juan Soto's coming back. We don't know who is going to pitch for us after Freddie Peralta, who, by the way, not even pitching that well, has a 4 ERA, and Nolan McLean. Like, besides for those guys, I don't know who we could. Actually, I'm sorry. I apologize. Clay Holmes has been great. So while
Clay's
I'm
been
going on
really
this
good.
rant, Grant Clay Holmes has been great. Okay, so besides for those three guys, I don't know. I don't know who's pitching for us. I don't know who's coming out of the bullpen because Devin Williams and Luke Weaver, 6.75 ERA and a 7.36 ERA from those two guys. I don't. I like look, there's a route where they start hitting and they better start hitting. Like Bo Bichette is getting $45 million this year. He better not hit 227. Francisco Lindor is being paid $30 million this year. And I'm so sick and tired of just giving him a pass for April. The like this is the perfect example of a year where it's like, all right, they didn't name him the captain, but everyone says he's the pseudo captain. Like, all right, you're the captain of the team. This is a time where they really could have needed you to be the steady guy in the lineup when nobody can seem to find anything. And what does he do? He's come out and probably played the worst month of his New York Mets career. That's the opposite of the captain. I'm glad they didn't give him the C because at this point I want him gone by the deadline. Like that's how I feel about Francisco Lindor right now, and that's not how I should feel on April 19th, a month into the season. Like it just all feels so wrong, and I don't know. I think I speak for my fellow Met fans when I say I'm just sick and tired of being the brunt of the joke. $380 million in the worst record in baseball a month into the season, and I keep saying a month into the season because one, a month is a long time and not a long time at all in baseball. And I think both of those things need to be addressed, right? That yes, there is still time for them to turn it around. But that time is closing. That gap is closing. Polanco, 179. Semien, 216. Luis Robert is now down under 260 at 258. Tobias Myers is pitching to a 3.46. Freddie Peralta, like I said, a 4. Sean Manaea is getting paid $25 million to pitch to a 4.5 in the bullpen, and Frankie Montas is making $17 million to not pitch for the team. It's a joke. It's a joke. It really does. Like you just look at it up and down, and I can't find one positive for the team. So I'm glad you had Dan go because I don't know.
Yeah, obviously everything is going wrong that can go wrong at this moment in time. You don't lose 11 games in a row by accident. Everything is going wrong for this team at this moment in time. In terms of Soto, you mentioned him, Frank. It sounds like this homestand, I hope Tuesday. They haven't said what day yet, but they're saying he should be back this homestand, which he's the best player on the team, one of the best 3 or 4 players in the sport. So obviously that will be massive for this team. I'm not overly worried about the pitching necessarily. I think I am more worried about the lineup. Dan, you said we know Bo's not going to be bad. We know Lindor's not going to be bad. We know Soto's not going to be bad. Besides those 3 players, I don't know what else anyone else is going to do. Brett Beatty, Vientos, Polanco, Alvarez, Robert, Benj. I don't know anyone else besides those 3 players. And those 3 players should be studs, 100%. But after that, I think we thought this was going to be an incredibly deep lineup. I think we thought a lot of these players were going to be great, and they still can be. I know we keep saying it's too early, it's whatever it might be. It's frustrating, it's annoying for us to say it too, small sample size. But I think we know what 3 players are going to do. 2 of those 3 players are not playing well right now, so it's all magnified and it looks really bad.
Yeah, and the other one's not playing. 2 of the 3 players are not playing well. The other one's not playing at all. So yeah, it's hard. But even if those 3 guys are all going, the rest of the lineup is just such a major question mark. The bullpen is awful. The bullpen is terrible.
I don't think the bullpen's terrible. I think Luke Weaver's bad. Like truly, like I watched Devin and like I know the ERA it got inflated the other day when he left the grand slam in the LA game, which Lindor made an error or whatever it might be. But I watch him. His stuff is really, really good. He's getting a ton of swing and misses. Like I think he's very talented. Today he blew the save, which was very frustrating. But also Tyrone's kicking the ball around in right field. Like it's like I said, everything is going wrong for this team. But I think he's good. I think Brooks Raley's good. Brazaban's good. We're getting Minter back. I'm worried about Weaver. I watch Weaver pitch, and I don't think he throws anything. He's not getting swing and misses. He's throwing the changeup just down the middle, fastball. He got good results today. He went inning in the third, no runs, but it didn't look good at all.
I watched part of today's game during the rain delay in Brooklyn. Weaver, and he looked good today. That's the thing with relievers. It almost feels like it's you never know what you're gonna get, and he's one of those guys. I feel like he's almost just like if Devin Williams was a little worse at everything, it's Luke Weaver. They have the same repertoire. The changeup is not as good. It's a fine changeup, but it's not. No one calls it an airbender. I think he'll still be fine this year. Maybe not like your shut down eighth inning guy. Still think there's a role for him, but no, we'll see. If this team finds their way back in it, maybe they upgrade the bullpen deadline time. But yeah, this doesn't look like a complete roster right now.
And I know that what I'm saying next is unfair, but I'm so sick and tired of both Beatty and Vientos. Like the inconsistency is just it's killer. just killer. But you know what? The whole team isn't hitting. So again, that's unfair to just blame the
Mm,
two of them. But like, it just feels like it's been 3 years of just, okay, one guy's hot, they're both cold. All right, the other guy's heating up. It's 2 months at a time, and then nobody can find their stride. They don't know who they want to play. And the worst part is, we can't even not play them. They have to keep playing because we're not healthy enough. So nobody can take a seat and think about it for a second. It's bad baseball and awful situations combined. It's bad.
Yeah, Mike Talkman and Jared Young turned out to be pretty big injuries, which they shouldn't be. Again, this is another
mm,
problem with a $360 million payroll. Mike Talkman and Jared Young injuries should not be big blows, but they are for this group.
yeah.
Last week, Beatty went 1 for 16. Vientos went 2 for 18. It's fair, Frank. I went into this year with no expectations for Vientos. I don't think he's a good player. I was really excited about Beatty. He looks terrible too. So
My next thing is, when does Mendoza get canned? At what point does a losing streak get too long that Mendoza gets canned? Right? Because maybe they win the next one and then he avoids the talks for until their next 3 game losing streak, and then it's probably going to be back on unless they win their next 11. You know what I mean? If they win 11 after losing 11, then sure, maybe we could talk about that. But if they win like 2 in a row and then go on another 5 game losing streak, the seat is going to get even hotter than it already is. So they have an off day tomorrow. I can't say I'd be shocked, but Stearns just came out and said, no, that's our guy. We believe in him. He's doing a great job. And then Lindor came out today and said, it's not his fault. It's our fault, which I agree with, Francisco, but then do something, you know?
And what I did tell you, Frank, they're not going to publicly say anything negative about him right now.
No, I know, but then you can't fire him after the weekend. You can't say, oh, we believe in him and then fire him tomorrow.
I mean, Stearns was asked a question. He said he
Mm.
thinks he's doing a good job. If he said anything else, then like they're like, "What do you mean by that?" If he said, "I don't think he's doing great," like he could only say what he said.
Sure, but do you think that there's a world that Mendoza gets canned tomorrow after those comments?
Probably not.
So that's all I'm saying.
Mm.
If he didn't say that, and I guess it, he got asked the question, so his back was kind of against the wall. But like, if he didn't make himself available for media that day or whatever, and then tomorrow came around, like I could honestly see Mendoza getting fired. And again, I don't believe that this is his fault. This is all on the players, and they should feel terrible that they're about to get their manager fired. I hope, they're not going to listen to this or hear this,
Mm.
but they should feel terrible that they're going to get their manager fired.
I feel like what Lindor said kind of puts in perspective. Like, yeah, you could fire a manager. Is that going to make Bo Bichette hit 280 now? Like, at the end of maybe today's game, like, could you have walked Nico Horner? Sure, I probably would have. But at the end of the day, is that why you lost the game? Or did you lose because you went 10 innings and all you got was a solo shot from MJ Melendez, who was your fifth outfielder, eighth outfielder when the season started?
First
So,
outfielder now.
yeah, he's
Outfielder
been
number one,
shockingly
MJ.
great. If you guys didn't see, he was taking reps at first base today. So maybe Soto comes back, you get the outfield you want of Soto, Robert, Benj, and Melendez ends up being that guy at first base because nobody else can hold it down. They got to piece it together. Too many guys have gone down. And Mark, you said the injuries to Young and Talkman shouldn't matter. In hindsight, if Soto is healthy, they probably wouldn't, but we're just too many outfielders at once, and we're kind of forced to sit here and watch Beatty and Vientos try to figure out who's hot and who's not.
Just staying on track with Mendoza, I fully acknowledge this is not solely his fault. That'd be insane to say
No,
this is
absolutely
just
not.
his fault. Same with the end of last year, where I thought he should have been fired. Again, possibly unfair. I know everything that transpired last year. We don't have to go into it, but we got rid of everyone else. We got rid of his entire staff and we kept him. It just, to me, I was like, just clean house at that point. Take the L. I know he was Stearns' hire. I think he didn't want to look bad in that regard, but it's just get someone else in the room, get a new voice. Whatever he is doing, he's not helping. Whatever you want to say, like this isn't all his fault. I agree with you, but he's making multiple decisions in every single game that has my head scratching. Dan talked about it today. Yeah, they should have scored more than one run, but you have Nico Horner, an extreme contact hitter who never strikes out. You have Craig Kimbrell, who's 50 years old on the mound. Like, what did you think was going to happen? You got two guys on deck I mean, Mike Bush is good, but he's hitting 180, and then Bregman's hitting 230. So you strike out Bush. It's just little in-game decisions. I feel like he makes the wrong choice every time he's given an opportunity to make a choice. And I think you wipe your hands of it, but that indicates panic. They don't want to look like they're panicking. They should be panicking. They're 7-15, but they have a 9-game homestand now against three of the worst teams in the sport. So this is probably his last chance. All right, we talked about My concerns with the lineup, Frank's concerns with the bullpen. We'll go to the rotation, see if Dan has concerns there. Kodai Senga, awful again. Absolutely dreadful against the
Mhm.
Cubs. ERA is approaching 9 now. He's 0-3 with an 8.83 ERA. David Peterson has been bad, not unpitchable like Kodai, but he has been bad. We have really good outings so far from Nolan McLean and Clay Holmes, and Freddie Peralta has been underwhelming. He's been fine overall, but he's not been that ace that we thought we were trading for. That's our five right now. If it was up to me, Kodai would not make another start. I think he is. I think he's still in line to pitch against the Twins this week. But if it were up to me, Kodai would be on the bench in AAA, in the bullpen, somewhere else. Christian Scott, Jonah Tong, anyone else, call them up. Dan, how do you feel right now about
Mhm.
the rotation situation?
I mean, you know that you kind of don't know what you're going to get from those two. I mean, Peterson, I don't think he had an impressive inning in like 20 starts. I love the idea today, at least get Tobias Myers in there to start the game.
It was okay today.
Yeah, I thought that's part of why I like that deal, like getting Tobias Myers in there. Because I feel like a lot of people would have just looked at it as like, oh, he's the throw-in piece along with Freddie Peralta. I'm like, Tobias Myers could actually help this team a lot in a lot of different ways. But yeah, Peterson is just felt like a disaster for a while. Sanga's last two games, like he had those two games where he looked great again, and now he's throwing 95 again, and it doesn't work if he's not throwing 97, 98. Fortunately, we do have some kids in AAA right now that look good. Like I think Scott and Tong, both their last two games are both very good after they got bombed in their first starts. So it's nice that they actually do have some in-house options. But again, when everything's going wrong, that's just the way it is. If the Mets are a game or two above 500, you're like, oh, that's a concerning start. Maybe we need to figure it out. But when you lose 11 in a row, it's like, oh, we need to make a change because this is getting ugly fast. Who knows what they do? I can't really say I would blame them one way or another.
I think if we are a game above 500, like you said in that hypothetical, we're fine with letting Kodai figure this out. We'll be like, all right, longer leash, give you a few more starts. We believe in your upside. We believe in you. But
Yeah.
right now, like the last two games, they were over before the second inning. Like you can't just throw. Like he's
Mhm.
not a major league pitcher right now. He's not pitching at a competitive level. Like he should not be making starts for this team that's 7-15. All right, we'll go into recap of our predictions here. Dan, the under game worked really well for you. We'll start off
Whoops.
here. The number was 2.5 wins. We all took the under. They went 0-6. They didn't win a game. Next up, 2.5 starting pitchers pitch into the sixth inning. Me and Frank took the over. Dan took the under. Only Nolan pitched into the sixth inning. No one else did that. Next up, Brett Beatty, zero point 0.5 walks plus homers. I took the over. You guys took the under. He did walk yesterday against Ben Brown in the seventh inning of that game. They lost again. So good job, Brett. You drew a walk. And Tommy Pham starts 2.5. He had two starts. Me and Dan took the under. Frank took the
Mm.
over. So it was three correct for Dan, three correct for me, and one correct for Frank. Overall, I have 8. Dan has 4. Frank has 3.
Yikes.
I'm back in the game.
Listen, the under game with this Mets team might be the way to go. All right, I have 3 for this week. We have 6 games with the Twins and the Rockies at home. Like I said, 2 terrible baseball teams. We make that a third terrible baseball team, but it's the perfect time to get right. First one, 3.5 wins. Frank, you can go first. Do we win 4 of these 6 games versus the Twins and the Rockies?
I got to take the under. I can't not like
Yeah,
I have to. I want to say yeah, but like, are the Twins playing well?
better than us.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
everyone's
are.
that's everyone, right? We need the Royals. That's what we need. They're the only team as bad
I
as
think
us
the
right now.
Twins have been impressive so far, like Taj Bradley, Mickey Abel. Some of their younger
Mhm.
guys are pitching well, but they shouldn't be good. Like you look at the lineup, it's only like
Mhm.
Byron Buxton and Luke Keeschel and some other random guys. Like we should win that series 2 out of 3 in theory, but right now they're not doing anything correct.
I got to take the under.
I'll take the over. Just I don't know why I have any amount of blind optimism. The Rockies are the Rockies. Like you again, like there's no rhyme or reason right now. We're gonna lose to whoever we face. It feels like I was joking around with you guys today. I was like, how is there still 9 more outs in this game when the Mets were trying to hold on to that narrow 1-0 lead that they eventually blew, of course. But I was like, it feels impossible for them to record 27 outs and win 9 in a game right now.
Mhm.
But you win 2 out. You can win 1 out of 3 from the Twins and sweep the Rockies. I think they'll win 2 out of 3 from both. Maybe even two
Mhm.
out of 3 from the Twins, sweep the Rockies, win 5 games. But I will take the over. 3.5 wins. Dan, what do you think?
I'm gonna also take the over. We have McLean first game with the Twins, Clay Holmes the second game. They're 11 and 11 right now, so they're fine. They've been playing good ball lately, but I I think they were over, so they might have just come back down the last few days. But yeah, I like those two guys against the Twins. The Rockies, albeit better than us, they're the Rockies. You like any game against them, not at Coors Field. So give me the over.
Number two, Kodai Senga. He's scheduled right now to pitch Thursday versus the Twins. I'm going to set the number at 14 and a half outs. Does Kodai Senga pitch 5 innings versus the Twins at home? Dan, you can go first. You're the Kodai Senga guy. Do you think he can pitch 5 innings?
Full vibe shift this week. I'll take the over. Why not? Don't ask for five and a third, but I'll give him five. Get me through the fifth inning.
Frank, are you full on?
Under,
Yep,
taking the
yep,
under.
yep.
I just dropped Kodai in fantasy baseball. I wanted him to be great. He has been the opposite of great. So under.
I'll take the under as well. I kind of hope that he doesn't make this start on Thursday. We Phantom IL him, whatever that may be. But I have no confidence in him. He doesn't throw strikes. He just goes out there. He throws his little ghost fork. He gets some swing and misses, but then he walks everyone else. He's a headache to watch. I don't enjoy it one bit. I'm gonna take the under.
Talk about kicking a man when he's down. The little ghost fork.
Yeah, I mean that's his gimmicky pitch that everyone like goes crazy
No,
about, and
it's been elite his whole career. He's been bad lately, but that that pitch is legit.
he had the rookie year. He had the rookie year, and he had a couple
That's
of
his
months
whole
last year
career.
before he got hurt.
That's his whole career.
Well, he missed a year, what, 2 years in between with injuries? He's not the same
Oh.
guy.
It is listed as a TBD for Thursday, though. It's Joe Ryan versus TBD right now, for what it's
Okay, so
worth.
maybe they haven't made that official call, but I saw that he was listed somewhere as the Thursday
Yeah.
probable. I know Mendoza said they have to talk about it, like that he's not like a given. I hope that means he's not the guy. Like anyone else, I'm in for. Even Sean
Mm.
Manaea, who I'm not excited about, but I'd rather anyone else by Kodai saying a pitch a game right now.
Manaea's hitting 90 again. Progress.
It's worth giving it a shot, Frank. Like you said during your rant, he's making $25 million this year and next. Like you kind of want to make this work. You don't want him to be a long man, but we'll have to see what they do on Thursday. And last, this one's going to be interesting. I don't know what you guys will go with. Frank will probably go under, but Frank, I'll start with you here. 2.5 hitters have a 5 hit week. So it's 6 games. You're calling for 3 hitters to have 5 hits in those 6 games. Over or under?
Take the that just that idea. Okay, wait. Before I answer this question, this week, how many hitters did we have get 5 hits?
I believe it was just Lindor. I was looking before I went to look this up. I think Lindor went 6 for 24, and everyone else had like 2 or 3 hits.
I mean,
But they're not
oh
facing
man,
Otani and Yamamoto next week.
this is a low under. Like this is a low under. I'm gonna take the over, but I'm gonna hate myself if this under hits. Like next Sunday, I'm gonna be smacking myself if this under
Mm.
hits.
Dan, 2.5 hitters have a 5 hit week.
All right. I'll get fun here. I'll take the over. One Lindor. He had, I think, four multi-hit games this week, which is encouraging. Maybe he thinks it's May. I think Soto comes back hot because he's incredible. And say Carson Bench finally has some good luck. I feel like he's had some good at bats lately, and it just hasn't turned into results. Maybe the Twins and the Rockies are the teams where it actually pans out that these balls that he's hitting well and these good at bats turn into hits.
It's wild that you just counted that out. Name 3 people, and one of them was not MJ Melendez to me. Like that's wild because Melendez Ruth is the only guy that I trust on this team right now.
It's Melendez is the only guy I feel like might get a hit when he goes up there
Yeah,
right now. It's
he
it's
should bat too.
it's so bad. I'll take the over too. It's a low number, like you said, Frank. It's 3 guys to have a competent week, which we have not seen.
3 guys to bat like 240. Like
Yeah,
what
it's
is
like
like? Yeah,
240,
it's probably like a
250.
240
Yeah.
average. That should happen.
I think Bo is just a matter of time. Like he's hitting the ball really hard, just right at people, hard ground balls. He's got to lift the ball a little bit more line drives, less ground balls. I think Bo makes sense. I'm not going to predict anyone else because I don't have confidence in anyone else. Dan, I'll give you an extra point if your 3 guys do hit it, especially if Bench hits it. That'd be wonderful. He went 3 for 17 last week. I was excited about the move to leadoff spot. He's just not doing anything. He's better at bats, drawing walks. I know line drives, but there's no results.
Yeah, it's similar to what happened to him in AAA when he first got there. I mean, obviously, at the beginning of his major league career, he was very clearly overmatched. But that was his thing last year. He obviously murdered high A, murdered double A, got to AAA, and the numbers were not pretty. And everyone there was like, no, all of these at bats are great. This is just really unfortunate for him right now because he's hitting everything hard and it didn't translate. So you feel like sooner or later the guys just do.
All right, we're going to end it there. Hopefully next week we come back and we say the season's back on, maybe.
Sure.
Let's go Mets. That's all I got.
Listen. Twins, Rockies, Nationals. This is it. If it's not turned around right now, then it's wave the flag.
Mhm.
If we come back next week and they're on a 17 game losing streak, maybe we just don't come back next week.
The heel is the number one fan of Elevation Perspective, and he didn't love the Mets rebrand. So if they continue that, Frank, and it goes to 17, then the Mets pod will end. All right, let's go Mets.
Let's go Mets.
Uh, yeah.